Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to the beautiful Chico Women's Club. And this is Mike GRide's quest for the roast for Mike GRide. How you guys doing tonight? We have a lot of things to do tonight and a lot of people introduced, so I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get started. Let's get everybody up on the stage. First people first. This on-air personality from Power 102.1 makes me all stuttery because I have a hard time with alliterations. DJ Jigga Julee. This comedian is shaping our future by educating our youth, which makes me glad I'm going to be dead in 15 years or less. Jesse Clark. We got to keep this show moving because this performer probably has plans and we don't want to be in her way. Annie Fischer. I'm really hoping this councilwoman passes an ordinance to ban the song Let's Get This Started by the Black Eyed Peas and Schwabb, ladies and gentlemen. If you see a sippy cup with a Jack Daniels logo on it, please return it to Dillon Collins. This comedian was the 2016 runner-up of the funniest man in the Lindo channel, Drew McGillicutty. This beautiful woman is one of the funniest women I've ever laid eyes on. She's beautiful, she's smart, she's talented. I don't even think she... Don Ashby, ladies and gentlemen. We're going so smooth already, you guys. If you've ever received bad news in your life, there's a 75% chance that this woman delivered it to you. From Action News Now, Linda Watkins Bennett. She knows more about reality television than she does her own reality. EVE. If I ever have to hear this woman introduce a Nickelback song on the radio one more time, I'm gonna scream from Z-Rock, Frost. Thank God. One look at this man's fashion sense and you'll know that his name is a lie. Nick Stiles. And finally, sitting in this chair to my right, to your left, making his way to the stage right now, in a probably very loud and boisterous way, like he does all over downtown and wherever else he likes to go. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, Mike GRide.
Oh yeah, you know who it is. Hell yeah, you know you hear the bass slap from Main Street all the way to the train track. He makes stacks, getting paid while you laid back. After a night of doing cake stands and face plants. This Friday again, you know we gon' binge. Put the money in my pockets, toss the keys to my friends. Hit up Mike GRide, ain't no need for the binge. You catch a DUI in Chico, you won't see it again. Go wild out and hit up Lost in LaSalle's. Beautiful women everywhere, it's like a Mardi Gras crowd. We're partying up with DJ Furious Styles, cause you've all heard about how we do it, it got you curious now.
He follows instructions so well. All right, you guys, so this is what we're doing tonight. First of all, We're doing this not just to roast Mike GRide. Yeah, well, that's kind of why we're doing this. But we're actually doing this for our friends in Paradise. All the proceeds for ticket sales went to go help our friends up there who lost their lives and their homes up in Paradise. So this is for a great cause. We're happy to do this for you guys, and I'm very happy that this mic will not stop moving. But that's okay. So what's going to happen is we are going to take every shot possible at this man right here. And he's going to do something he's never, ever done in his life, which is be quiet for an hour. So before we get started in earnest, is there anybody in this room who doesn't know who Mike GRide is? Yeah. Okay, like 2 people. Cool. Let me tell you a little bit about Mike. He enjoys a lot of things. He likes bike rides in the park. He likes setting off car alarms in the parking garage. And he loves cosplay. In fact, my favorite costume of his is the Mr. Incredible costume. I don't know if you guys have seen that. And he has it down perfect. He's got the muscles on there. He's he's got the color of the costume is perfect, and he's also got the hairstyle. Perfect bald spot. It's great. But I think what everybody loves the most about Mike GRide is the fact that he takes little G with him, right? In fact, I'm pretty sure everybody just wants to see little G and they just kind of tolerate Mike. All right. I'm going to actually give everybody behind me here a chance to roast him some more. We're going to get the first roaster up on the stage right now. He actually put this thing together more or less. And one other thing, I do want to point out that we're actually up here to have fun tonight. We're not trying to humiliate Mike. We're not trying to humiliate. We're not. But we probably will anyway. And we're also going to take pot shots at each other. We a lot of us know each other here on stage. We're all good friends. We like to say things about each other to each other's faces, and we're going to do that for your entertainment tonight. But yeah, I love most of the people on the stage, except for this first performer. I can't stand him. I only hang out with them because you keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Ladies and gentlemen, the producer of this shindig, this is Mr. Nick Stiles.
There we go. Oh, this is for you, Mike. Thank you. There you go. It's good to see you all here. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the provider of the sound here. We have their banner up here, local business. Please support them. It's really easy to rent sound equipment on their website if you need it for any event, and no charge to us tonight. So thanks to them. Oh boy, our host, Jason. How do you roast a guy who's already so down on himself? Down on his luck, like this. Jason's still not over his girlfriend from 2 years ago. Burn. He looks like a stupid Neanderthal. Jason was once at a concert and unable. Jason was once at a concert and his pants fell down. Okay? And unable to bend over and pick up his pants, this man waddled 200 yards through. This was at Aftershock, by the way. A huge crowd. He waddles 200 yards to the edge of the crowd. His phone is in his pants on the ground, miraculously doesn't break, but, and then he gets through the crowd, and he breaks his pinky on an inflatable donut. So, who else we got here? Let's go back to the comics here. Most of you probably don't know these people because, you know, they're not successful or anything. Jesse Clark is up here in the front behind me. Jesse's always willing to take off his clothes for the sake of a gag. He's very comfortable with the shape of his body, the shape of a pear. Eve is directly behind me. You probably can't see her. That's okay. I don't care. Eve's laugh is like a combination of Woody Woodpecker, SpongeBob, and also Patrick from SpongeBob. So it'll either be like, or Jesse does that one too, apparently. He just did it. Or, oh. Anyhow, Annie, sitting right here, it's getting so hot. If Annie was Keith Richards and sausage gravy was a drug, well, let's just say it's a miracle she's here with us today, everyone. Oh, boy. Annie's makeup is caked on like a dang bakery. Oh, you ought to be taller with that much foundation. What kind of makeup do you use? Creamy or crunchy? Maybe you should try eating some makeup and you'll be beautiful on the inside as well. Thank you. Next. I'm just going down the line here, folks. Dillon. Don't look at me. All right. Dillon, the smartest thing that ever came out of Dillon's mouth was the vomit he puked up outside the bar while he was drinking in the alley so he could avoid paying for drinks at the bar. Let's see, we already did Jason, I hate him, and let's see, Drew, where's Drew? There he is, Drew. Drew, you may not know this, is a sign shaker. You know, one of these guys, he shakes a sign out there, just like Mike, only Drew doesn't have a pedicab or any personality. He just stands there like this. And somehow he dislocated his shoulder doing this. Anyway, it's great having Mike and Drew here, my two favorite former homeless people. We've got Linda Watkins Bennett here, new friend of mine. I love Linda. Oh, man. It was so much fun filming with her the other day. Mike and I went on the news, and it was great. We were promoting the show. And she gets the URL wrong to buy the tickets online, and which is, you know, honest mistake, no problem. But then they're going back and forth, and she says brown paper bag. It's brownpapertickets.com, okay? And so she says get your tickets at brown paper bag, and then Mike says ticket. And she's probably thinking, I just said where to get the tickets, Mike. I just said brown paper bag. So she says it again, brown paper bag. And he goes, ticket. And she's like, what is wrong with this guy? So, anyhow, let's skip the rest of these nincompoops and just get on with Mike. What do you say? I love Mike so much. I really do. I really do. He's one of the most positive people I know. HIV positive. Mike spreads positivity throughout Chico like the plague through medieval Europe. But seriously, Mike is a true friend of mine, And really, that doesn't say much about my true friends. He's a real asset to society. Oh, wait, sorry. I misread that. He's a real ass to society. He's a pillar of the community. A pillar of crap. And that's why he smells so bad. Plus, he's ugly. So, anyway, calm down, Mike. We're just getting started here. I'm going to try to keep it moving. But just take a deep breath and then hold it for about the next hour and a half. Because death is the only way you're getting out of this now, boy. Mike, if your face was a building, it would be condemned. And then it would be left to rot like the old Long John Silvers down the road. You know, folks, Mike is like an eagle. A bald eagle. Sorry, balding eagle. Yes, he's still got a few feathers left. So majestic. Hey, what does Mike have in common with the tires on a taxi? They're both bald. Hey, what else does he have in common with a taxi? Well, they both take forever to get you where you're going, and they'll both probably put out of business by Uber. Mike loves to get a tan at the hot dog machine at the gas station. Mike is number one. Like when you have to go number one. But you know, the safest way to travel is with Mike GRide, because the only thing that can get hurt is your pride. Mike, back to your hair just for a second. Where do you get your hair cut? Payless Shoe Source? Linda told me they're going out of business too, so they don't even do a good job. Oh. Mike is the opposite of Popeye. He hates spinach, and his arms are weak, but his legs are so strong. And he hates olive oil. I can't verify that last one, actually. Mike has a great plan for retirement in that he does not plan to retire. He's going to be out there like 85 years old. You do you. You're beautiful when you smile. Oh, boy. Have you seen his posts on Facebook? Should have called him Mike F. Ride, because F is what he got in English class. Anyhow, I know Mike won't take umbrage at these remarks because he doesn't know what umbrage means. Hey, Mike, the idiot store called. They're fresh out of you. Hey, yeah, all right. I'll get roasted, I'm sure, for these crappy jokes. Hey, Mike had a girlfriend once. But my phone battery lasts longer than his relationships. Oh, Mike would have made a great dog because he's so loyal and he loves a good bone. But Mike's going to come up here later, and I've been trying to coach him. Just take your time, all right? Enjoy it. Try not to talk too fast. And maybe use glue instead, like a glue stick instead of chapstick. Anyhow, I have, to close, I have a diss rap, which I wrote. And I'm not going to go with a backing track. I'm just going to try to get into the flow of it here. My name is Mike, and I do what I can, and by do what I can, I mean not very much. I like to sit around at my house on the couch, act like a big old kitty while I slouch. I never clean my tub, so wait, I skipped that. I barely have a job, and I can't do math. I never clean my tub, so I can't take a bubble bath. My style is whack. I'm fat, so don't give me a piggyback. I don't drive a Cadillac or any car at all. I got Prozac in my backpack. I don't know how to play blackjack due to the aforementioned thing with math. I'm a megalomaniac. I don't drink cognac because I can't afford it. Plus, I'm in recovery. Huh?
Let's hear it one more time for Mr. Nick Stiles, ladies and gentlemen. So you see a lot of people on the stage behind me. We have lots and lots of people, and at least one more, at most 55 more. We have a lot going on tonight, so we're going to keep this rolling. Our next roaster of the evening, I'm so proud of this next person that's coming up on stage. He's finding his adulthood finally at the age of 34. And I hope Mike finds his as well. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Mr. Jesse Clark.
How you guys doing? Give it up for your host, Jason Allen. Jason's like Lurch from the Addams Family, but without all the personality. In high school, in his yearbook, he was voted most likely to be mistaken for a lamp. Jason's an inspiration, you know? Like, if he can make it through the day without killing himself, I can do anything, you know? We just saw Nick Stiles. Nick Stiles, he's like Hunter S. Thompson if he never said anything or did anything cool. He opened up a hot dog truck because he was tired of getting laid. This is my good friend Annie Fischer. Annie Fischer loves dogs, but she knows that she's way too much of an alcoholic to take care of one herself. She's the only person I know who carries around a thermos of gravy. This is Dillon Collins, or as I refer to him, what Big Bird would look like if they pulled all his feathers. We got Drew McGillicutty back here. He used to be homeless, and now he holds a sign. So he went from holding a sign to holding a sign. No, but he still lives like he's homeless. I went to his house, and we went grocery shopping together. And we went back to his house, and he just put all the groceries in the dumpster, and then when he's hungry, he sifts through that. It's weird. He shits in the bushes and does heroin in the bathroom. It's all backwards. We got EVE back here. She's another local comic. I'm really glad she got to be part of this roast, Eve, because she gets to see what it's like to be on stage while people are actually laughing. This is Don Ashby. Don likes to say that he looks like Johnny Depp with fetal alcohol syndrome, but I think he's given himself too much credit. He looks like if Johnny Depp with fetal alcohol syndrome had a child with fetal alcohol syndrome. Let's see. This is little G, you little bug-eyed bastard. Chihuahuas aren't even real fucking dogs. That's all I got. Oh, man. Frost is here from Z-Rock. I moved to Chico in 2015. I'm a big metalhead. I love like 90s rock. I think we have a lot in common. We're both big like System of a Down fans, right? Yeah, I'm really into rocker chicks, and so when I moved here since 2015, I've always thought Frost is really hot. And then I met her tonight. Frost is a good name because she's not hot. It's just a joke. Oh man, no. This is all from Mike GRide. Mike GRide, you look like Joe Piscopo's younger brother with Down syndrome. I've never ridden in your pedicab. I just know you as the guy who drives by my apartment all the time playing Celebration really fucking loud. I can hear your bass coming down the street like a teenager in a lowered Honda Civic. No, he's an inspiration. He's like a rags to riches story. You know what I mean? Or rags to something. I'm just saying he's got like a wealth of experience, right? I don't know. This is all for a really good cause, and Mike is actually a really good guy. He's a pillar of the community. Like Nick was joking earlier, but he's serious. This is a really good dude, and this is a really great cause. Thank you all for coming out tonight, and give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you.
One more time for Mr. Jesse Clark, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Jesse, speaking to crowd? Not speaking to crowd. All right, let's keep this train rolling. Our next roaster is taking time out from planning her brunching schedule for March of 2022 to perform at this roast tonight. If you need any FaceTime with her, I just hope you don't die. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Annie Fischer.
All right. Let's get this going. All right. Let's just jump right in. Give it up for Jason Allen, your wonderful MC for the evening. Jason Allen, actually, he's used to hosting. He used to host the open mic at the Studio Inn for a few years. And you know, it's important to have a host that really brings out the best in all the comedians. And by that, I mean makes everyone look really great by comparison. They say those who can't host. And those who can't host just keep trying to do it anyway. So thank you for being here, Jason. Speaking of hosts, Jesse Clark has just went up. I guess you could, yeah, silence is fine for Jesse Clark. He's currently studying to become a teacher specifically for grade school kids, so look out for your youths, everyone. I think it's going to be a really natural progression for him after doing stand-up because he's really used to not looking cool and competent in front of a crowd of people and losing all of their attention and focus. Jesse has this sweet little bald spot on the side of his head. Give him a little show. He was gracious enough to get a haircut recent enough so you could all see it. So you're welcome for that. His dad used to say it's where God held him when he held him down to paint him. Isn't that cute? I think it's really where his dad tried to held him down in the bathtub, just like hoping to destroy what they had created. Unfortunately for all of us, he was a fighter, so. Speaking of Jesse's haircuts, this last summer he got a mohawk because he didn't have to work because he broke his pelvis. No, that's not why. He was very much alone when it happened. But as he is most of the time. So am I, it's fine. Can I roast myself? Is that a possibility? No, but Jesse got a mohawk, and it's really great him trying to connect with the youth at 1 mile that way, because there were many other children that were sporting the exact same haircut. Really made you miss the bald spot for once in your life. Jesse's also slowly turning into a crazy cat man. He's got, you'll see. He's got 3 cats and he lives alone. I really feel like I should pop over there and check on him every once in a while, just to make sure he's still alive and isn't being eaten alive by his cats. But I'm just really worried I'm gonna go over there and it's gonna just be like him hanging from the ceiling from a failed erotic asphyxiation situation with just wrestling on the TV and Nickelback blaring. So I'll just let nature take its course there, I guess. Dillon Collins is here. Yes. Dillon looks like the result of fucking your sister in the back seat after a Klan meeting. Dillon works at McDonald's, which is yet another health-related reason why you shouldn't eat at McDonald's. His version of a special sauce is just not washing his hands after jerking off in the bathroom on his break. You paid to be here. Get ready. Speaking of trash you find in the dumpster at McDonald's, Drew McGillicutty is here. Thank you for emerging from your trash can to be here with us today. You've all heard of Oscar the Grouch. He's more like Drew the disgruntled sociopath. So thank you for joining us, Drew. Don Ashby's here. Give him a wave, Don. As Jesse mentioned, Don likes to joke about looking like Johnny Depp with fetal alcohol syndrome. But like, we're all just still hoping the SIDS is gonna kick in, so we'll just wait. Don Ashby has done so much acid. How much acid has he done? He's done so much acid that he has more flashbacks than a Vietnam vet, which would also explain a lot of his stand-up material. You gotta watch it to understand that one, but it's quite entertaining. Nick Stiles, as Jason mentioned, has an interesting form of style. He dresses like the dad that wishes he would have abandoned him early on in his childhood. Him and Eve run the Gnarly Deli, which I hope you all were getting some food outside. Yeah. Eve had to go into business working for herself because no one else wanted to work with her. Linda Watkins Bennett is here. Her and Mike have been having this like intense battle for Chico personality, best Chico personality for years, which I guess really tells us all how important voting is. So I'm just saying, if this is the representation of Chico, then like we should really all move. I mean, I'm really just here. I'm partially here to, like everyone else says they're here to honor Mike, but really I just wanted to see if Lil G was gonna be here, and I'm very pleased. Yeah, I mean, I got all I need out of that. So, yeah, Mike. I actually know of Mike also from bike races. We drive around bike races every year. And one time I saw him run into a car, and he was the only one not drinking. So what is that? And that's his job. It's his job. Apparently, I heard that Mike, you like to use text to talk when you communicate with other people, and like instead of like speaks into the phone, or even like has it where it like tells him the text message, so instead of him reading it. I'm just really happy no one's like sent you, like, I'm surprised you just haven't had someone just text you the words to Celebration while you drive around downtown. But seriously, if I could just give you money to not move and just not play any music for any amount of time, I would. So we can take up a collection of that as well. No, but seriously, thank you for being such a great sport. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Women's Club, for having us. And yeah, bring it on. Yes, I do like gravy. You're welcome.
Let's give it up one more time for Miss Annie Fischer, ladies and gentlemen. So before we bring up our next roaster, I just want to tell a quick story about how I met Mike. I met him. He was out doing his thing, riding his bike, playing his music. And it was the most incredible thing because I thought he was having a seizure while riding his bicycle at the same time. I called an ambulance. I was really concerned. And the ambulance showed up all right, and the siren was on, but nobody knew because his music was too loud. Obviously, he's relatively fine, so that's always good to see. All right, we are going to bring up our first non-comic roaster of the night. I'm very, very happy she didn't recuse herself due to conflict of interest. Because a lot of comics, as soon as they found out who we were roasting, they pulled out due to lack of interest. Ladies and gentlemen, our former mayor and current city councilwoman, Miss Ann Schwabb.
Thanks, everyone, for coming. I'm afraid my comments will be a little more like a poach rather than a roast. Mike's too nice of a guy to be mean to. Fortunately, he has a big enough heart to take a little ribbing from us. Speaking of heart, Mike is always thinking of others. You know Mike, ahead of himself. So it's natural that he looked into finding out how he could donate his organs. So he went online, filled out the registration line. He was really psyched. No one was going to, when the time came, he was going to be able to help everybody. There was only one problem. He got a letter from the organ donor company. It said, thank you so much for registering your organs. We're pleased to tell you we can take your eyes, your lungs, and your kidneys. However, we won't be able to take your heart. We checked with your doctor there in Chico, and you see, Mike, your heart is just too big to fit inside anyone else. Yeah. Let's take a look at his name. Mike GRide. He's like Malcolm X or Jay-Z. How does it get somebody just one initial? He doesn't need a full name. But what does that G stand for? He probably wants to think everybody thinks that it's great. Mike Great Ride. Well, let's think of some other G's. Grumpy. I guess not unless somebody messes with little g. Good for nothing. I think some people might say that, unless you want him to help them with your cause. Good looking. Gifted. If you don't think so, you haven't seen his calves. A green, especially on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. I think it goes without saying that the G stands for goes without saying. He's there when you need him, and he always puts a smile on your face. Yeah. You can always tell if there's someone new in town. Maybe they're downtown Saturday morning, going to the farmer's market, getting a cup of coffee, and all of a sudden they hear this loud music blaring, and they scowl. They can't believe someone is disturbing their peace. Those of us who have been here a while, we break into a big grin, point our fingers, and say, "What's up, Mike?" Yeah. In fact, the only complaint I've ever heard about Mike, contrary to everybody up here, is that his music is too loud. I had a Facebook exchange with somebody a couple weeks ago, and I just hate those Facebook exchanges because everybody just gets so mean. So I had posted a picture of me and Mike on Valentine's Day, and he was wearing his cute outfit and his arrow. And the comment says, "His music is too loud." I said, "Well, he has a big heart." So the other person says, "His music is too loud." I said, "He was the Chicoville Community Advocate Award. His music is too loud." This is clearly a one-issue guy. I finally said, "Yes, his music is loud, and he's a Chico icon." Silenced him. Yeah. I've always known Mike to be a force to be reckoned with. It wasn't just that Uber and Lyft hesitated before entering Chico because they were afraid of encroaching on Mike's territory or not being able to make a profit. What really brought it home was last year at the Pioneers' Day Parade. I asked Mike if I could ride in his pedicab. He didn't hesitate. He'd already been around the route once, but he said, "No, we're going to go again, Ann." And we had a great ride. Since I've been elected, I've come to expect a lot of people recognize me. Usually I go into a restaurant, somebody looks up and they go, "Oh, God." Yeah, they know who I am. But let me tell you, after that parade with Mike, I've got nothing on you, Mike. Everybody knew Mike, and everybody was happy to see him. kind of put me in my place. That's Mike, stealing the limelight. Yeah.
Very eloquently put. And Schwabb, ladies and gentlemen. All right. That was pudding sweet, as they say. I have a feeling that the next comic that's coming up will not be pudding sweet. Our next performer has the look of a 2-year-old with a filthy diaper. And the mentality of a 60-year-old with a filthy diaper. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Mr. Dillon Collins.
Hello, everybody. Give it up one more time for our host. You see, our host recently just celebrated a birthday. He looks great for 63. So many comedians here. Mike and Drew actually, ex-homeless people, but Don looks like he's really trying to pull off the part. Probably would have worn the flip-flops if it wasn't raining. Rain can only stop 2 things, Mike from working and Don from not wearing shoes. Jesse Clark's here. Recently took over hosting duties at the studio and open mic. It's weird that everybody's upset Travis is leaving. Nick and Eve put this thing together. Give it up for them. Whenever I see them hype their sandwiches, it always seems to me like it's something that they say to each other in bed. Another gnarly experiment. This one's the ooh, mommy. When I told my grandma that Schwabb was going to be a part of this, she was like, oh no. Please don't say anything. But, she's here, and she will be accepting campaign donations outside the door, probably. Schwabb looks like she wants to talk to your manager. Frost is here, part of my 3rd favorite rock station in Chico. When the Hippo and 100.7 are playing the same song, I switch over. I would say stop playing Nickelback, but it's probably better than what they usually play. DJ Jigga Julee. Very gorgeous, very successful. She has a voice for the radio and a face for porn. I'm guessing with a name like Jigga Julee, it would be under the interracial section. Linda Watkins Bennett. Looks like she dressed to be Schwabb's date tonight. And the man, Mike GRide. I'm surprised Mike wanted to do this because of how much he values his reputation. It's a risky thing. Mike is one bad comment away from having to convert his pedicab over to carrying recycling cans instead. Maybe then Linda Watkins could finally win Best of Chico. It's crazy the amount of respect and trust has in our community, considering if you Urban Dictionary a picture, or if you Urban Dictionary stranger danger, Mike GRide comes up. Wearing his Mr. Incredible outfit. Somebody needs to tell Mr. Incredible that not everything is edible. Mike is the only person riding their bike around downtown Chico on a daily basis that isn't high on meth. I mean, at least not anymore. I'm not going to say he has a perfect track record, but, you know, if your job was riding people around on a pedicab, I think meth would come in handy. A lot of people get excited when they see Mike riding up and down the street, you know, dressed in his outfit, blasting the Frozen soundtrack. Other people look down at their kids and say, "That's why you don't do drugs." Mike GRide, the only person to go from spending their money on drugs to spending it on Halloween costumes. Seriously, Mike, Ozzy Osbourne would look at you and go, "Damn, it could have been fucking worse." All right, everybody, thank you so much. Let's bring your fearless leader back up.
Dillon Collins, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody else notice that Nickelback is getting ripped on about as much as Mike is? I know. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. How you holding up, man? You dandy? You dandy? That tissue box hasn't moved an inch. Dog's falling. Well, you know, I mean, you know, I would be pretty understimulated too, sitting in your lap. On that note, our next roaster coming up shares a past with Mike. They both used to live on the streets. As far as they know, they might have been roommates and they never knew it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Drew McGillicutty.
All right, everybody, let's give no claps for Jason. Thank you. Thank you. No, stop. All right. Hang on, figuring out this mic. So Don is a fill-in, and so I kind of had to make things up on the fly, and I'd just tell you what I know about Don. Don's a lot like me. He's a I'm not going to ask him why he keeps smelling his finger kind of guy. Yeah. Now, I don't know if you can see him, but Don's from Alaska, and people from Alaska often get mistaken for hipsters. But it's what you're missing is, like, if he wears a Gravedigger Monster Truck t-shirt, it's not ironic. He just found out about that. It's the time difference, you see, like it goes hour by hour, and then Alaska goes back to 1983. It's a whole thing. Ask your teachers. Jesse over here. How you doing, baby? He recently took over as a host of the Studio Inn open mic recently, and he has an unbridled enthusiasm that his talent has not afforded him. I don't know where he gets his confidence. It's crazy. If you don't know, Jesse broke his hip jogging. That's right, jogging. You know, like walking, only slightly faster. And that took him down like a sack of potatoes. You should have rolled out here in an electric mobility scooter, you old man. EVE, the wonderful EVE. She really does have a tiny kiwi fruit head, doesn't she? She looks like a witch doctor got bored and gave up halfway through a head shrinking. Now, EVE is a good friend of mine, and as any good friend of EVE knows, she is a bitch. That's probably why she's here. They just said, just say all the things you always say about us, but through the microphone this time. And Jason, my man, he is a big fan of improv comedy. I would say his act is probably 95% improv, 5% comedy. I totally bumped up your stats, bro. You owe me. I gave you like 3-4 points. That said, look at his shoulders. I mean, he's trying to hide it, but his horrible posture, that's not even like from an injury. That's just from walking away defeated all his life. Jason doesn't even really go places. He just walks away defeated in that direction. I mean, if he keeps this up, his shoulders are in danger of pinching inwards until they touch each other, closing in on himself like a circular wall. I've never met anyone whose posture I thought would best be fixed with a beating. His chiropractor tried to fix him with a bike chain and a tube sock full of batteries. Some lady, please blow Jason. Just imagine what he could do with just one win under his belt, pun intended. It could keep him like another 5 years going before he kills himself. I mean, well, he wouldn't kill himself. He'd try to throw the rope over the beam, but his soft shoulders are too weak. And I'm sorry, Jason. I love you, buddy. All right. Annie Fischer. I don't know too much about Annie, so I just thought I'd lay it on heavy with the fat jokes. But to be honest, no one lays it on heavier than Annie sitting in a chair. If I was put on the spot and asked who Annie looks like naked, I would guess the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I'm just saying, keep the Ghostbusters on speed dial in case she decides to attack the city. Annie's so fat, if I made a movie, she could play my body double. That one? Really? What the fuck? Dillon, I first saw Dillon, and I thought, like, man, this guy's great. He just doesn't care what anyone thinks. He'll say anything. And then I just realized, nope, that's Asperger's. Just Asperger's. Yeah. If you ever talk to him, it's like a blind person figured out how to make perfect eye contact. They're dead, just dead eyes. And the man of the evening, Mike GRide. When you see Mike GRide go down the street, it looks like a circus hijacked a garbage barge. How's it traveling on land, everyone asks. He's dancing around while riding, practically sucking on glow sticks, having a great time. He's a case study for runner's high. I mean, someone told him that like once when he got sober. He stole someone's ox cart, started dragging it with his bike, filling it full of people, riding around 12 hours a day, which is coincidentally and ironically less time than he's been biking since he quit meth. Thank you, Mike GRide, a.k.a. the white man's rickshaw, a.k.a. if he says he has candy, we're making a run for it. But seriously, though, you were awesome. You were an inspiration to everyone in recovery out there, and just a great story of turning things around for the better. And you are a pillar of Chico and an icon to us all. Hometown hero. Thank you.
Drew McGillicutty, ladies and gentlemen. Drew McGillicutty. I might have to take that chair for a minute, Mike. That hurt. That hurt so bad. So very bad. Wow. I don't even know where to go with that. Wait, I do know where to go with that. We have our first surprise of the evening. A segment, if you will, from somebody who is not on the stage right now, so he has managed to dodge all of the bullets. However, it should be pointed out that he is the only registered sex offender in the Chico comedy scene. He can be found at LaSalle's and also on Grindr. Ladies and gentlemen, the ABCs of Mike G as performed by TJ. I said, oh, here he comes. Not only is he late arriving to the venue, he's late arriving to his cue. Ladies and gentlemen, the ABCs of Mike GRide by TJ.
He said, I was after Don, but I was outside trying to write some more jokes. Didn't work. No. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. I got off work a little late, and then I went to the wrong place. I thought this show was somewhere else. So I'm here. But I wrote the ABCs of Mike GRide. And I don't think we have time for all 26. But GRide, what's G come from? It's Mike G? Griffith. Mike G? Yeah. I would say it should be A-Ride. As in, are we there yet? This shit's annoying. B-Ride. This guy's boring the shit out of me. Okay, yeah. We don't have time for all 26 guys. I wrote them. You can ask me after the show. It should be Mike M-Ride, as in mistakes were made. Okay? Mike Q-Ride, as in, could we quiet this shit down, all right? What was my other one I liked? Mike P-Ride, as in that poor fucking dog. Ah, yeah, you guys like that one, huh? The truth is funny. Mike D-Ride, as in, don't do this again. Yeah, I'll remember that next time. Actually, I really like you, brother, and this guy has gotten me home literally more times than I can remember. Like, I don't ever remember riding home with him, but I know I probably did. You know what I mean? Wearing my Halloween costume in April. And who else we got? I guess we're roasting everybody. First of all, I'm not big on roast. You guys are fucking mean. We're all supposed to be friends, and I'm like, good God, guys, like that's personal and hurtful. But I can do that. Don's here. Don's mom, this is going to be rough. Don's mom tried to have an abortion, but the only thing the vacuum sucked out was the talent. Yeah. I like that one. You guys like that one? Who else? Who wants to get shit on? Jesse's here. Jesse is like the M. Night Shyamalan of comedy. The twist is he's not fucking funny. Yeah. I like that one too. Thanks, guys. Anyways, I'm not. I don't know who any of the other people are. I've met them, but they're not important enough to remember. Thank you guys for being here. GRide, thank you for always helping us out. But let's wrap this shit up. This guy looks like he's been up for tweaks. See what I did there? Thank you guys, and thank you for always getting me home safe, brother. You guys have a great night.
Most of the ABCs of Mike GRide are performed by TJ Hudson, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. And now our next performer coming up is a bona fide traveling comedian extraordinaire. He has performed in many, many exotic locales, such as Manton, Oroville, yeah, Durham, and Red Bluff. Here he is, making his Chico Harley debut. Mr. Don Ashby, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, thank you. Let's hear for Jason, our wonderful host here. You're doing great. Doesn't it look like his parents are going to be by to pick him up later? It's just something about... Oh, I love it. One of my favorite things about you, Jason, is your awkward posture. Like you always look like you're waiting for your fingernails to dry when you're just standing there talking. It's glorious. Oh, I love it. All right, we're all having fun here. This is fun. Let's see. All right, let's just go down the line here. I'm going to start with one of my good friends, EVE, the lovely Miss Eve. I think her name is interesting because whenever you hear about something like New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, you always think something important's about to happen, but but it doesn't. I love Nick. He's an interesting guy as well. He's out there. I love that about him. Trying to understand what he's talking about sometimes is I feel like a blind man with a kaleidoscope. I'm just like, what? There was... the fuck are you coming from? That's freaking weirdo. His comedy, he does comedy. I love his comedy. I love his food. They both do gnarly deli. It's incredible. And his comedy and his food, I notice, are kind of similar. They're both gloriously cheesy, but at the same time, you know it's killing you. My good friend Dillon Collins, right here, this young man. And when I tell you his name's Dillon Collins, he basically has the same name twice. That's the same freaking name. It's like they gave up. They're just like, what? I don't know. Just make the same sound. Who cares?
You look like you eat frogs.
Like, there's things about Dillon I could tell you that you'd be like, of course. Like, oh, he works at McDonald's. You'd be like, yeah. And he looks like he eats frogs. All right, moving right on, frog eater. My good friend Drew here in the beanie, right there in the back. Mr. Drew McGillicutty. Close friend of mine. We've known each other for a long time. I remember when I first met him, he wasn't currently a homeowner. Yeah, no, Lindo Channel. A lot of work with cardboard signs. Which is amazing now that you got a job holding a sign. Like, I was there that day happened, right? You know, across the street, you see some kid holding like a Little Caesar sign or something. He just hates his job. Ugh. Some punk teenager. It's like having to watch like a cat take showers for a living. Like, it's just like, this is terrible. And you see Drew just fucking nailing it on the other side of the street with his cardboard sign. Just boom, like. You look at a crowd, you're like, trade signs. You want to see this guy's sign holding resume? It's fantastic. It's exquisite. It's basically just a smaller cardboard sign. He looks like he eats frogs too. Oh, it's amazing. He has a place now. You have your own place, right? And you still shit outside. Right? He has his own trailer, and he still goes to the library to beat off. It's gross. We got Annie right here. I love Annie. It's hard to write a roast joke for Annie. She's just too, like, she's got a big heart. She's amazing. She's passionate. She's one of those people that, you know, you really wanted to encourage as a child. Anything that you can imagine, like, go for it, you know. When she was younger, people would be like, Annie, follow your dreams. But then you kind of have to grow up, too. There comes a point. Now people are just saying, Annie, stop sleepwalking. You're in the garage. It's 3 a.m. That's stupid. I'm sorry. My buddy Jesse here. Love him. He did have an injury. People were talking about it earlier tonight. He broke his hip. Like, he was all messed up on crutches and everything. But good on him. I saw him still going out, still performing, still pursuing his passions. You know, he's up there on stage, even on crutches, like doing his comedy, which is fucking amazing. I'm really grateful to see him have something like a crutch to lean on besides Reddit when he's doing his comedy. All right, man of the hour. I gotta pay my tributes. I think you've been nailing it this whole time by not wearing a helmet. Yeah. It's a story that really grips people too. Like your story, what you mean to this town, and people even in the past have been like, you know, that guy, he used to be all messed up. He used to be using drugs, and I was like, used to? Yeah, I used to be rich and sober. It's the first thing that runs through my mind is you just cranking music. You got the costumes. You got all that energy. You're drawing all these people's attention, and people love fucking when you come by. They love it. And I'm always thinking, man, that guy really made that DUI work. And I love Little G. Another little Chico icon right there. And look how mellow this dog is. Just all this energy, and the music just always just mellow. One of the best demeanors I've ever seen in an animal. It's fantastic. Although I do have to think that this might be the one dog on the planet that when you're like, hey boy, want to go for a ride? It hides. Just crawls under the bed. All right, but I do want to thank you. I've been seeing you around for years. Always stoked whenever we get to interact. You're a really cool person, and I'm happy I got to know you. Absolutely. And let's bring back to the stage here our host, Jason. Thank you very much. My name's Don.
One more time for Mr. Don Ashby, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Lil G's showing a little more skin now. Oh, and a little more. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I don't want to do the show anymore. I just want to watch Little G. Oh. But, you know, we're just going to keep doing the show because that's my job, is to keep the show going. Yes, it is, Little G. Yes, it is. Okay. Sorry about that. I digress. Our next roaster has been providing news to the North State for as long as I can remember. In fact, I remember vividly as a child when she broke the news to all of us that the Bidwell Mansion was near completion. From Action News Now, I accept that with a smile. From Action News Now, another living legend in the Chico world, Linda Watkins Bennett.
Oh, goodness. I'm going to apologize ahead of time. That's all I got to say here. Not my normal forte, but we're going to give it a go. I love you, Mike. I'm just going to say that now. Okay. You guys have been way too easy on Mike tonight. Like, right? This is supposed to be a roast. That's what I was told. And I blame it all on Nick Stiles. We met yesterday. We went over things. And yeah, so I love you, Mike. It is a pleasure to be here. Mike G, I humbly declare that no better person could have won Chico's Best Personality in the News and Review than me in 2014 and 2015. But when you stole the title for the next 1, then 2, then 3 years, I realized 2 things. You do, in fact, spread charm, generosity, and electric energy throughout Chico. And Russian election, there we go, hello, interference has gone too far this time. Mike ran a strong campaign for Best Personality. It's like he was running for president. Was shaking hands and kissing babies and bribing voters, offering free rides to the polls. I know that you're hoping to win Best Personality 5 years in a row for the coveted Best of Chico Living Legend title. Frankly, I was just surprised he could count to 5. I love you, Mike. Sorry. Mike has a real rags to riches story. Not literally riches, of course, but he does have a wealth of friends. He does have a wealth of friends. No, but really, Best Personality. Mike has all the personality of somebody who's been slogging away at a job at the DMV for 30 years. Spending an afternoon with Mike is about as fun as spending an afternoon at the dentist. I love you, Mike. And when it's time for your next pedicab, you might want to consider putting the passengers in the front instead of downwind. Especially after a long, hot afternoon and 2 bowls of chili. Just saying. We've all been there, right? Mike's a great dancer. We've all seen him going down the street, bopping around to the music. Almost as great as Napoleon Dynamite. Or Elaine. Jerry Seinfeld. Right? And he's so personable. Even the Chico hand sculpture waves when Mike goes by. And then gives him the finger behind his back. Okay, breaking protocol here. This is for real. Mike and I go way back, and I'm honored to call him my friend. And he goes out of his way to look after people on the street, people who are homeless, young women who've had too much to drink and walking alone. He makes sure they get home safely. Promoting bicycle safety, taking part in our parades. Not like Ann said, he didn't just go one time through the parade of lights, but twice, right? Sharing a story about being sober and turning his life around with people who are trying to do the same. And he was willing to be roasted tonight for a good cause. So we love you, Mike. Thank you.
Let's hear it one more time for Linda Watkins Bennett. You know, speaking of the contest, the Personality of the Year contest for the Chico News and Review, I really don't like that time of year because it kind of holds my social media hostage. You know what I mean? So, like a typical day on my Facebook would be something like, Mike GRide, please vote for me for the upcoming Personality of the Year award. I would really appreciate it a lot. Annie Fischer, I need more gravy. Mike GRide, please vote for me. I know I just asked you 5 minutes ago, but I would really, really appreciate it with all my heart if you would please vote for me for this thing. Nick Stiles, some sandwich meme that nobody can understand. Mike GRide. Okay, I waited an hour this time, but could you please vote for me? Please, please, I would love it. I would love it so much. Dillon Collins' mom. I would really, really like it if somebody would come to a play date at Capers Acres with us. Lil Dill is lonely. Mike GRide. I'm also voting for Cab Company of the Year, too. Can you give me some votes for that as well, please? Much love. Jesse Clark. Something written in a different language that I don't know. Wait, he's just drunk posting. That's what that was. Mike GRide. I was riding down the street and somebody handed me a free sandwich. I am so grateful. Please vote for me. Don Ashby, please come to my headlining gig in Hamilton City next Friday. Mike GRide. This is the last time I'll ask today. Please, please, for the love of all that is good, please vote for me. EVE, some troll about R. Kelly. Again. So good to have my social media back. Thanks, guys. Our next roaster is the only person I know in this town, and maybe out other towns as well, who can talk over Mike's sound system without trying. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best friends I have, it's Miss EVE.
Let me lower this to my tiny head. Okay. Oh, Jason, we're such good friends. You and your social media. Where's my notes on you? All right. Jason, I can't even roast you because I just make fun of you on a daily basis anyway. But today it's different. It's to your face. But while my back is to you, every Facebook post I see that Jason makes, I rip on him so hard. Really, I'm just sparing him the public humiliation. Until now. Every morning, if Nick or I see a Facebook post from Jason, there's always like 7 at least. Make Nick and I just both go, Jason! No! Jason is of the age where he grew up with a rotary phone, but now he has a smartphone. Jason, smart doesn't describe the person using the phone. You simply had enough money to pay for a cell phone plan every month. And that's why you're allowed to be on, at least you're not allowed to be on your phone while you're on the clock, because you would have been hit by a bus a long time ago. Jesse drives one of the smallest cars in the world and crashed it. This time he thought he would get a smart car, but it's like I told Jason, Jesse, smart does not describe the person operating the vehicle. This guy ran his tampon-sized car into a telephone pole, backing it out of a double-wide driveway. He claims there's not one scratch on it that he can see because he didn't wear his glasses. Dillon here is a young comic trying to make it big. He doesn't know yet that comedy isn't a degree at Chico State. Dillon, you know if you keep calling in sick to McDonald's, Burger King is never going to hire you. Did you guys notice yet that we all have the same joke about Don? It's only because Don has been telling that same joke about himself for Dillon's whole life. Don says he looks like a fetal alcohol Johnny Depp, but really he just looks like Kid Rock on a normal day. Did you guys notice we had the same roast for Annie, too? Mine's not about gravy, though. Mine's different. Annie just hopes that Disney will call her about that prequel so she can play the princess that was prior to becoming the old maid. Is TJ, did he stick around? Okay, good. You could barely be bothered to find out where to go, let alone find out who's in the show or how a roast even works. But okay, here we go. I don't even know why you're even here, TJ. You just look like a seat filler everywhere you go. He's a standard white guy. He's kind of tall, basic haircut in a hoodie. So what would you like him to do? He can give you directions. He can reach the item on the top shelf at the grocery store. He can pick up something you dropped. He can fill a chair in an audience because he's not good enough to be on the stage. TJ, you look like every guy, every girl dated one time. I also hear we have another comedian in the audience here for the show. Phil from Chico is somewhere watching the show. He has to call himself Phil from Chico because when he moved away, he gave up his Chico calling, his flip-flops and his cargo shorts. And now that he's moved back, he's desperately trying to fit in. Where'd you get that shirt, Phil? The Chico branch of Macy's that never opened? Burn on Chico. Jigga Julee's here. I just met her officially for the first time, but I've seen her around. Jigga Julie's least favorite music to play is what she hears every day. The soundtrack to A Day in the Life of a Sorority Girl, which also doubles as a soundtrack to The Day in the Life of a 30-something with 3 or more kids, and Where Did My Life Go? Oh, well, Justin Bieber's way hot anyway. Oh my God, my 13-year-old thinks so too. And he just told me he's gay. Turn the radio up, I love this song. TJ looks like every guy a girl dated once, or every guy the girl got stuck with for years and years and years. She dated him so long, she ended up having 3 kids and blast Power 102 in the car and to forget about her real life. Call back on TJ. Frost's favorite bands to listen to is Nirvana and Sublime because she gave up on Chico a long time ago. Frost is just a cover name because if she has to cover one more Pumpkinhead, she's going to burn the station down. Ann and I just met in the back, and I said, Ann, honestly, I didn't recognize you. I don't even know what the current mayor of Chico looks like anyway. And she said, that must be because you don't vote. Burn on me. Originally, Ann wanted to name the historical water towers up the street and rename the whole district. She was down for it to call it the Tank District. And then LaSalle's reopened, and so did Billstown Lounge, automatically dubbing it the Get Tanked District. Linda had trouble reading her notes just a moment ago because she's not used to looking down. She's used to looking forward to the monitor. But there was a few years ago, maybe 3 years ago or so, I caught a news story. She's probably really excited now as of late to have real news to report on because this one, I remember this story was about school starting. And someone had painted on the crosswalk, "School crossing." And that was the biggest story of the night. The story was the person who wrote "school" didn't go to school, and that's why they're painting the road. Go to college, kids. I didn't. You could probably tell. Roasting a guy like GRide. Roasting a guy like Mike GRide is almost like just roasting the entire town of Chico. So let's go. Let's go, Chico. Bidwell Park be like, when did I become a campground? Downtown Chico be like, when did I become a campground? Campgrounds around Chico be like, when did I become a trailer park? Fairgrounds be like, damn, this shit been crazy since the dam. Linda Watkins Bennett be like, oh shit, now I got some news. Oh, and Mr. Larson's second grade class went to the Nature Center today. The children were really excited to be out of school. I wrote all this shit last night. It's because I'm from Chico and I have a public high school education. I barely graduated and I barely did my homework either. So stay in school, kids. There shouldn't be any kids in here. If there are, they take them out of here right now and please explain to them what just happened. You're a very irresponsible parent. Nick and I, it's true, we do indeed own a food truck called Gnarly Deli, and it's outside all shut down, so you can't get anything from it now. Roasted. Not anymore, because the grill's off. We drive it around and make food. How hard is that? Who needs a BA in psychology for that? Well, apparently he does. But I didn't. It's really weird explaining to customers why you're being sexually harassed by the dude with a spatula behind you. Well, he went to college, so it must be okay. Nick has what is known as elective hearing, which means his brain automatically decides what he wants to listen to, which is usually not me. It's almost like living with a deaf person without any other heightened senses. He says he can feel feelings, but he can't tell when someone taps him on the shoulder. It's like when the dimmer switch breaks on the ceiling light, and after that, it's always a little too dark in there. But no one ever fixes it. Or when your neighbor's smoke detector battery is dying, warning beep goes off over and over and over again for 2 weeks nonstop because your neighbor's out of the country. And I'm Mike GRide, and I got a post on Facebook about this. Did you guys see that post? Did you guys see Jason Allen's comments on it? Oh, Mike GRide. Did you know we put on this whole roast just so we could talk shit about each other and a little bit about you? It's because we're selfish and we're sociopaths. That's why we're comedians. Mike GRide. He could have a warehouse on the edge of town filled with bikes and body parts. Somebody should really go check that out. Except he doesn't fix his own bike. Mike, do you actually know anything about your bike? He knew better not to call himself Mike Bike. So you don't know anything about how to fix your bike? No, he admittedly, no. You all heard it. Your truck breaks down all the time. Do you know how to fix that? No. How about your relationships? Just as good at fixing those. You're going to need to fix a lot more after this show's over. Mike is always making new friends. Isn't that true? You guys are all here for him. He even gives out his personal cell phone number so people can call him for rides, but no one ever calls. So Mike is always making new friends. Some people say Mike has shitty taste in music, but those people also listen to Z-Rock and Power 102. Mike, I told a guy that this roast was happening earlier today, and he thought we were roasting you because you died. And I said, he's gonna die by the end of tonight, don't worry. And hey, guy, if you're in the audience, why would we roast a person before they died? Why wouldn't we roast a person before we died? See why Linda is on the news and I'm not? I get to just sell hot dogs and sandwiches. And then also fling them out the window at Mike as he rides by on his bike. Because we love Mike, and he's always been a great supporter of comedy and Gnarly Deli and Chico. And being a Chico local and born and raised here myself, I can say I just met this guy and I have no idea who he is. Thank you. Thank you, Mike GRide.
That was glorious. Let's give it up for EVE, ladies and gentlemen. Is TJ still out there, by the way? Yeah? No? Maybe so? Oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to point out that, oh, there you are. You and I sound like exactly the same guy, according to EVE. This is your future. Slouched shoulders. Soft shoulders, can't throw things because I'm too weak. This is you, buddy. The suicidal ideations will come, trust me. Burn. All right, we have another super secret surprise about to happen here. Our next roaster moved away to New York City for a few years. But he kept our town's name as his stage name. So everybody else outside of Chico knows him as Phil from where the frick are you from? Where is that? Where is that? Chino? That's that prison town, right? But we know him and we love him and we're proud of him. One of the funniest men I know, and one of the best men I know. Ladies and gentlemen, put it together for Phil from Chico.
Thank you, sir. Hi, everybody. Hi, two people. Cool. All right. It's going to be fun. Thank you all for coming to give it up for your host and everybody you've seen perform here tonight, right? Give it up for GRide. I'm going to roast people now. I'm not going to roast. There was more of you a second ago. I don't know where they went. I'm not going to roast anybody over here, though, except for GRide, but I'm not going to roast you because everybody over here is a potential political partner. All I'm thinking is, like, I can't roast former Mayor Ann Schwabb because, like, next time I get arrested, who am I going to call? I could call Ann Schwabb. And then Linda Watkins Bennett and everybody else, the other two who are here, they would be like the media team when the Free Phil from Chico movement. And so I'm not going to say anything bad about anybody over here. You all look lovely. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy to know you. Thanks for being my friend. I will say this, though. Linda, I've known Linda my entire life. Linda has known me since I was little. And it's funny because every time I see her, she says the same shit. Every time I see Linda, she's like, I haven't seen you since you were 9 years old. And I saw her a week ago. We were both very drunk, and that's just our relationship. But I am very happy to be here. Nice to see you, everybody. All right, let's roast the comedians first. We'll start with your host, Jason Allen, you fuck. Jason Allen is the Eeyore of stand-up comedy. Just a depressed ass who's gonna kill himself eventually. Oh, was that too fast? I should give you guys a heads up. I'm gonna be gross. I'm gonna be gross and mean, and just buckle in. We're gonna have some fun. Nick. Nick's father used to cheat on Nick's mother a lot. It's true. It's fucking true. Nick's mom only found out after she smelled Nick's father's dick on Nick's mustache. All right. Jesse Clark. Jesse looks like what happens when someone survives an abortion and grows up to be a failure. And EVE looks like Jesse's mother. Drew McGillicutty. Drew, as a child, liked to dress up as the White Power Ranger, and as an adult, he just dropped the Ranger. Annie Fischer, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for her. I'm very happy to see her on stage doing comedy. I started with her, and Annie used to rush her jokes when she did comedy back in the day. Annie rushed her jokes all the time, and she recently stopped after she found out that McDonald's was serving breakfast all day. Great job, Annie. Let's see. TJ. All right, I'm not saying TJ is gay, but I did hear once that TJ was rushed to Enloe Hospital to pump a liter of semen into his stomach. So, is that gross? Told you. Told you. Don Ashby is built like a McDonald's playpen, which might explain why so many children have played with his balls. And to keep the McDonald's theme going, the only time something funny has ever come out of Dillon's mouth is when he spits after sucking my dick. Ah, there you go. I think I got all the comedians, right? Is that everybody? It's a tough one to swallow. That's true. Well played. All right, let's talk about GRide. This is, all right, fuck it. I didn't write much about you, Mike, because I only write about things I care about. And I haven't really gave a shit about you since Uber came out. So, GRide refuses to give autistic people rides. Did you know this? Yep. GRide refuses to give autistic people rides because being around that much personality makes them uncomfortable. GRide had his first girlfriend when he was 23 years old, and his second girlfriend in a couple of years, maybe. I don't know. GRide has the body of a swollen banana and the face of a stepped-on sandcastle. GRide is the kind of guy who likes to fuck a Hot Pocket before he eats it. GRide looks like if Tommy Pickles was molested by Matthew McConaughey from Dallas Buyers Club. GRide is so white, he complains that there's too much diversity at the Oscars. Oh, you're missing the Oscars to be here.
Don't worry, we'll roast the Oscars.
This is better. I will, thank you, Mom. Give it up for my mom, everybody. Also, I didn't ask, do people who are doing the comedy up here, do they get free drinks? No? That's a weird thing to ask at a fundraiser, but it's the kind of guy I am. GRide has the face of a baby and the hairline of the uncle who molested that baby. Over the winter, GRide gained weight so his dick wouldn't have to look at his face anymore. Clap if you've ever been blackout drunk and gotten a ride home from GRide. A lot of us. GRide has fucked more unconscious overweight white women than type 2 diabetes and Bill Cosby combined. That's all I got. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, GRide, for everything we do. We love you. Thank you. Can I get a free drink now? I'm going to come ask. I'm going to ask for a free drink. Give it up for your host.
You can get your free drink at the next mic. How's that? Phil from Chico, everybody. All right. We are winding down. Are you guys having a good time tonight? How you doing, gorgeous? He's wearing down. Where? Oh, okay. Oh, I miss you already. I do. All right. The next performers are going to get together and talk it out amongst each other. They are both radio personalities. The first one, I've never heard of her before tonight because I stopped listening to the radio back in the 80s. And the second one is hella metal. Hella metal. Metal knees. Metal hip. Metal ankles. More metal than Mike GRide's trolley, I'm telling you. Ladies and gentlemen, from Power 102 and Z-Rock respectively, DJ Jigga, Julee, and Frost.
All right, we can share this mic. I think we can do this.
We can do this. I'm a little taller than you, but
that's okay. I can do it. So the first thing I have to say about the whole car ride thing, Jason, if your mom can pick us up, my mom can drop us off. So I think we're good. Totally. Like, don't ever make fun of moms dropping you off. That's a free ride. Mike GRide doesn't give you that. Come on. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And also, voice for radio. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Voice for radio, face for porn. You don't get to see that later. I'll give you all it. It's okay.
Yeah. So you
Annie?
guys get the tapes?
Annie and I might have some gravy porn going on a little bit later as well.
And by the way, gravy is the best thing, like, in life. So besides free rides, right? So I was wondering, Jigga, do you remember how you, like, met Mike?
It's been quite a few years, actually.
Oh, me either. I was totally passed out, like, in the middle of the downtown plaza, too. Yeah. Yeah.
I might have, like, ended up in the back of his little pedicab.
Yeah, I think so. I think, actually, I wanted to meet his dog, and then Mike showed up, and I was like, what the hell is this, man? You know, come on. So, Mike and I actually have a lot of things in common. I was homeless, too, for a long time, as a matter of fact. I like dogs. I also wear my Halloween costumes most of the time because I own Halloween. It's mine. I don't know if you know that, Mike, so we might have to fight about that. Also, we're both, we have the clean and sober thing in common, except, you know, I'm clean at least, right? So there's that. I literally can't find my notes, Julie, because I'm like that girl. I'm like looking through my sketch pad because I'm rad. Go.
You know what? We don't roast. We're not comedians. We sit in a little box, like talking to nothing. Padded room? Yeah.
So I was going to say, my daughter tells people that I sit in an invisible room talking to, a padded room talking to invisible people that I think are listening to me every day. And I can't think of a more apt way to describe what I do.
It's
like,
very
for real.
fucking accurate.
Right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So, one of the things that you can do downtown is you can go and you can see Mike GRide. The other thing you could do downtown is find heroin. You guys may not know I'm actually not from Chico. I just work here, but I love this place. I think it's fantastic. And I did meet Mike a couple years ago, and I'm always lost. So it's really nice that Mike can pick me up at places that I have no idea where I'm at and then drop me off at a place that I have no idea where I'm at. So it's always helpful, you know, and at least I still have no idea. So what you got?
Has he ruined any of your like dates?
No. How about you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I live like right downtown. It's been really fun. Getting down a little bit at night. It's like maybe 3 in the morning. It's like, oh, okay, there we go. Suddenly, boom, 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 boom. Way to ruin the fucking mood, Mike.
Yeah, right?
Always.
You know, she told me this story too. There's another bad case of timing that happened with Mike GRide and Jigga Julee. She was actually coming out of a very somber occasion. You know, can we like do this like normal people, right? Okay, so she's coming out of a really somber occasion. What happened?
Okay, so I was at a funeral downtown. There was a hearse out front. All of my friends and I were in black. We walk outside, just really feeling fucking down. Like, obviously, it's a funeral. Then we hear, Here comes fucking Mike around the corner. What's going on, Mike? Another case of bad timing. It's okay.
But we are used to you always riding around, you know, all hours of the day and night. You know, the best part about the thing is when you get into the thing and you got the music going. The best part about the ride is the music when it stops. Okay?
Oh, speaking of which, yeah, I was standing out in front of the beach, which is like kitty corner from my house, listening to the most awful music. It's the beach. And then Mike drives away.
But you know what? He's been a great advocate for the community, and he's been a really great guy. And we love you. And you've always been there for us. You know, we host the Friday night concerts a lot, so it's really nice for us to get a quick little pedicab ride while we're waiting for things to kick off, and it kind of kicks in the mood. And it's a very Chico thing to do, so I think it's really cool. So we love you, Mike. I don't know if Julie, if you have anything else, but.
Yeah, so if I go get some more drinks at the bar, are you working tonight?
Can we get a ride? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I had one more thing to say. I noticed that Jesse's pants are cuffed. I guess that's because they only come in like his size, fun size.
One more time for DJ Jigga Julee and Frost, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so you will probably notice by now that everybody sitting in chairs on this stage has said things except for one person. But before that happens, we got bills to pay. First of all, I want to give props to meaudio.com for providing the sound that has been gracing your ears tonight. Let's give them a round of applause, please. I also want to give a quick shout out to the good folks at Gnarly Deli for feeding our pie holes tonight. And last and most certainly not least, to the Women's Club, and I am being summoned, yes. I just got some amazing news, you guys. Hold on to your hats. I know I look that way, but I'm well past childbearing age. Thank you, sir. Thanks to your efforts, your ticket efforts, and your spending efforts, tonight's event has raised about $1,000 for the campfire victims. That is very fantastic news, and that is credit to all of you in the audience, so please give it up one more time for yourselves. Are you ready, sir? Are you ready, sir?
Are you ready, sir?
Of course you can't. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment that Mike has been waiting for. Our final roaster of the evening needs no introduction generally because he'll introduce himself a lot. He is your 3-time Personality of the Year as voted by readers of the Chico News and Review. He is an icon in the community. He is an inspiration to so many. He is a shining light and beacon to those who even don't even want it. That is not the slam that it sounded like, but it is the absolute truth. He is a very uplifting individual, and we are all blessed to know him and love him. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the rebuttal, Mr. Mike GRide.
Thank you. Also, I want to give thanks to Jason and Andrew for videoing this for us. Appreciate that. All right, Linda Watkins Bennett, which I love very much. When I first got Best of Chico, the first time I got Best of Chico, she called the FBI and had to do a probe into Russian election interference. I won fair and square, and that was fake news. So 4 years ago, I got a text message from one of her coworkers, Megan McMahon, saying congratulations on Best Local Personality, 3rd place. So I've only been here 3 times before this, and that was winning every one of them. So she didn't tell me there was a party here. She told me, because every time you get 1st place, you get to go to the party. So when I won 1st place the first time, only thing she said to me was, what costumes? What's the, oops. Whoa, it's limp. Okay, so I had to find out the next year. Okay, and Schwabb, I love her very much too. She wishes that I got the air from the tires from campus bikes, like I need help with a blow. I'm sorry, I do love you. Okay? Why do you think I go take my pedicab to North Rim when I need a rim job? I love Ann very much. I do love you. Ann is the director of CAVE on Chico State. You always hear about the caveman, but never the cave woman. Okay. Ann wishes she can hit up the town like I do and having to rub 2 sticks together. Okay. Ann has worked to preserve the green line. What's green line? It's some type of weed, Ann. Okay, Jigga Jigga. We're going for Jigga Julee now. I love you too. All right, so sorry, Jigga. I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're in the middle of the roast, but you're white. What does Jigga do? Jigga's got lots of tattoos. I bet you have one on your lower back. I bet you know what that means. Who's whistling over here? It's Jigga Julee. It's Jigga's nose because she has 2 holes more than what she usually has. All right, Babyface. I just met you today, but they let you drive a car with that baby face? Dillon looks so young, he gets carded by a Catholic church. Dillon works at McDonald's and trying to be a good stand-up comedian. He still just has to. Sorry about that. I lost it. We'll do another one for Dillon. Here we go. So he got cut from 4 years in a row in high school baseball. So he started taking classes, unfortunately DUI classes. Jesse Clark. Jesse wishes he had someone as cute and loyal as Little G. Stay away from my dog. Annie might look innocent, but I bet you she had the kind of saddle sores I'd have. Annie's just jealous because my thighs are even bigger than more beautiful than hers. Okay, let's go to Frost. I do love you too. Speaking of weed, Frost hosts the 420 Smoke Break and Beer 30 every day on the radio. So who's the real pumpkinhead here? So I was invited to a live remote with Frost, and she asked me after I ate a few cookies that were there, and she says, would you like to join the 420 Smoke Break? I said, no, I'm in recovery. She goes, and you should have ate those fucking cookies just now. Frost is so bad with, I love you. Frost is so bad with directions, she got lost going to her own house. Frost is so cold, she did a polar bear swim on New Year's Eve and stayed in the water. Some say she's still over there in the 1 mile. You're here. You're here, there you go. Frost is so cold, she watches the movie Frozen on repeat. I wish she could just let it go. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna stop here with her. Gotta keep it short with you. Okay, one more. Jason Allen. Great. Great. The MC of this roast is a ginger, like an ape mated with Hank Hill. I do love you too. Jason, how do you feel when they turned you down for the role of Curious George? Jason was the extra in the Planet of the Apes, but they're able to save their makeup budget by just letting him go as he is. And now down to Eve and Nick. They started a sandwich, they call it, not sandwich, a sandwich, because they call it Nardo Deli. The food was okay until I broke a tooth on their broke a tooth on the gravel that they'd bit because it's off the street. I can't get rid of them. Okay, I see them everywhere. I can't get rid of them. I think they're stalking me to figure out how to get my stamina and endurance. I perform for hours on end, but they wrap things up at 8 o'clock and are in bed to sleep at 8:30. I really appreciate everybody here. I really appreciate you guys coming. Good night.
Let's put this together one more time for Mr. Mike GRide. And let's give one more shout out to each of our roasters tonight. DJ Jigga Julee, Jesse Clark, Annie Fischer, Councilwoman Ann Schwabb, Drew McGillicutty, Dillon Collins, Don Ashby, Linda Watkins Bennett, EVE, Frost, TJ Hudson, Phil from Chico, Nick Stiles, and last and certainly not least, Lil G. Am I forgetting anybody? Oh! One more time for Mr. Mike GRide. I've been Jason Allen. You guys have been amazing and outstanding. Thanks again for all of your support. Have a wonderful evening and get home safe. Good night.